Welcome to the CAD Corner Volume 1. This will be over the Lidar Point Clouds. We will be using Recap and Civil 3D to create a surface using Lidar data. You'll need to go to the Open Topography website and then kind of use the map viewer to zoom in to the area that you're trying to gather data for. Once you get close enough, up in the top left there's a button that says Select a Region. You'll click a little square for the area you want. After you have that selected, you're going to want to scroll down and look at the options for the point cloud. You're going to want to uncheck where it says unclassified, and you want to change it to the correct coordinate zone. After that, you're going to scroll to the bottom and put in your email address where it will send you an email when the point cloud is complete. That way you can download it from your email. It is also available to download right here at in this website. If it's like, for instance, this is a smaller data set of points, so it will be pretty quick. So we'll be able to download it right from this website. So you'll click on the points.laz, and that'll download and be in your downloads directory. You'll want to save that over to your server somewhere. I'm going to put it in this CAD Corner directory on our libraries. I recommend changing the name to something that is project specific. That way when you go to look for it again, you're not looking for points.laz. Everything you download from that website is going to be points.laz. So once you get it copied over to your server, I recommend saving it in a name that you will be able to find easily. I'm just going to give it a east side points name here, and then from there we will open up Recap and bring it into Recap. I'll show you the steps contained in Recap to create the point cloud that will then be brought into Civil 3D. You open up Recap and it's going to ask you to name the project, name it something that is project specific so that you can find it if you need to. Ask you where you want to save it. I'm going to put it in the CAD Corner folder here. And once you've got it saved, you hit proceed. I'm going to make another folder inside this CAD Corner to put my Recap projects in so that they're all together. Proceed. Now it's going to ask you for files to import. You can either, if you've got a window open already, you can just drag that LAZ file into Recap, drop it on the bullseye, or you can hit the plus sign and then it'll pull this window up and you can select it that way. I'm going to drop it on the bullseye. Once in here, very important, you need to go to the Advanced tab and then select the coordinate system. It defaults to metric. The Indiana 83-E is metric. You want EF for foot. And it's kind of, you have to make this window bigger so that you can see you're in the foot zone. You do that for the current and the target, so that way when bringing it into Civil 3D, it comes in the right location. After you do that, you can import the files. Take a second to complete this blue circle. Once that's complete, you'll be able to hit the Index Scans button. And that will bring the scans in. If you had multiple files, it would stitch them all together. Once you hit Index Scans, very shortly it'll be ready to launch the project, and then you'll be able to see the point cloud inside of Recap. From there you save, and then we're going to open Civil 3D and go through the steps to create a surface inside of Civil 3D using a Recap RCP file. So I'm going to open up this drawing that I've created with nothing in it inside the CAD Corner folder. Once we have that drawing open, we will go to the ribbon in the Insert tab and insert the point cloud, and it shows you a little point cloud button. Insert, attach point cloud, browse to the CAD corner folder or wherever you saved your point cloud, and look for the RCP file. Click on that, say OK. It's going to insert at 0, 0, 0 by default. That's what you want, so that it comes in a real-world coordinates system. Go to the Home tab, and then we'll click on Surfaces. We're going to do Surfaces, and then Create Surface by Point Cloud. There's a pull-down button right there in the ribbon. Pull that down. Create Surfaces from Point Cloud. And then you have to select the point cloud by clicking on the edge of it. It's going to ask you for a name. It does not allow spaces in this naming convention, so you put your name in without spaces. And a very standard Civil 3D, what's the style of the surface. We selected ground file, so we don't need a filter method. So you hit no filter and then create. It's going to give you a thing letting you know it could take a while to create this, but with this small data set, this won't take that long. And once you click through those two things, it should start creating your surface if it's a small enough data set. Larger data sets are going to take a while. This is relatively small, so it's going to create the surface right away. Once the contours are created, you'll need to go up to the View tab in the ribbon and change it from wireframe to 2D wireframe, and that's how the contours will show like you normally are used to seeing them. And you can click on those contours and take it into the object viewer and get a little bit of a 3D orbit to see that there is data and that it is at an elevation. And if you would like further tutorial videos, at Civil Kraig on YouTube.